We were almost at the casino anyway, so it was fine. But yeah.
And it's Vegas.
And it was Vegas.
Yeah.
And what happens there, no one's going to know. So.
Yeah. Do you think so?
Yeah. Unless someone you're with got you on camera. I went before the cell phones had cameras, so.
You know, I'm so glad talking about this earlier. Mm-hmm. We are hybrid. So we grew up with no cell phone, with no social media, and now we have social media. I remember a lot of stupidity that I create that I'm so happy.
Oh, yeah.
It's not.
My friend just said that the other day, too. Aren't you glad that we grew up in a time where we couldn't capture all the dumb shit we did on camera? Because I've done a lot of stupid stuff. If they have us caught on camera today, yeah. My mom would be in trouble. Oh my God, child abuse! Child neglect. You're not watching your kid. She's over here doing this and doing that, and
Yeah.
I would have gotten in a lot of trouble today had I caught a lot of the stuff I did on camera.
Yeah. You know, you got me thinking because at the same time, I think I have seen everything on camera. I have seen everything on social media. I want to say everything. I mean, there's even aliens. Did you see the alien in Florida? So, everything. So, maybe because social media are capturing all this stuff, so maybe we are not getting into so much trouble because a lot of those things are being...
Well, yeah, because nobody wants to get caught. Nobody wants to be on video doing something dumb or...
But people don't want, but it's still happening.
Yeah.
So I think it's now becoming like acceptable. I mean, even though you're getting criticized, but you don't get as much trouble. I mean, you just get burned for we do something stupid, the video is gonna go viral. But people don't remember. After 3-4 months, at least you do something very stupid, you know.
Well, because there's always something new to move on to.
Yeah, and I think that's what happened also with social media. It's so saturated. It's so much that you see something is trending, and let's say I do something stupid, I'm gonna trend, but then after 1 or 2 months, it's forgotten.
Mm-hmm. You have to do something else to get people looking at your video again.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you want to be remembered for the stupidity, then you just keep doing stupid stuff. Yeah. But if you don't want to do something stupid and by accident you do something stupid, yes, you might be in social media and you will be burned, but it's not going to, I think it's going to be forgotten because it's
eventually.
So much. Like, I consume social media and I don't remember what the last thing I saw on social media to this day. And I checked social media this morning. I don't remember. I don't even remember the stuff that I publish in social media because it's so much. And I asked the people, hey, do you watch social media? Yes, tell me the last thing that you saw on social media. They don't remember. I think we are kind of like putting too much information in our brain.
All at once.
And I don't think that our brain work out that way. I think it's not good for us.
No. It's overwhelming.
Yeah. Which, being that said, we are in a very cool place. Oh my God.
Can you hear them?
Yeah. What are those? I mean, I know they're birds. That's it. I think.
A couple of them are woodpeckers. The other ones I don't know. Because you can hear the woodpecker. Every now and then you'll hear him tapping.
Tuck, 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 tuck. Yeah, that's so cool. But I'm seeing sometimes that the woodpeckers, I thought that when a woodpecker is like tapping, is making a home.
Oh no, they're digging out the bugs from the tree. They're eating. When you hear them constantly tapping, they're pulling the termites, the grub, the bugs that live inside the bark. That's why there's all those holes all over the place.
Oh my God.
They're plucking out food.
That's a traumatic experience for the worm. You imagine you're a termite and you're like, hey, we in the dark, we safe, we good.
And all of a sudden, here comes a beak.
What the fuck? Tuck, tuck, tuck. Oh yeah. So woodpeckers are like,
Yeah, they're feeding when you hear them tapping like that.
oh, yeah, that's cool. There's a lot of those here. Yeah, that's nice. You know,
They have several different ones, actually. I see my favorite one is the one that has the mohawk on his head. He's white and black. He's got like a white breast. He's got black feathers that stick up on his head.
Do we have those here?
Yeah. There are several different types of woodpeckers. That's just my favorite one I've seen so far.
I think in Puerto Rico we also have. So that's the thing. There's like a ton of woodpeckers. It's not only like one. I know a place like that way.
Oh, he's up there. You can hear him.
Oh yeah. I'm seeing it.
Hear him tapping? Yeah, he's looking for food.
How cool. Oh yeah, I'm seeing it.
Yeah. It's a baby one, but yeah.
Do you imagine that if we need to find for food, we need to smack our head against something?
Or pick up a stick and whack the trees, knock everything out.
You know, I feel very relaxed right now. This is funny. Yeah, I just feel relaxed, and I was needing this. You know what I realized? We have not been introducing ourselves. I think that's important because this is being recorded, and I forgot that we were recording.
I did too until you just said something. I thought we were practicing.
No, this has been recording for what, for a while, like 12 minutes. We have been doing this.
Oh.
Yeah. So, welcome to my video podcast. It's called Broken English because my English is kind of like broken, right? And what I'm doing here actually is a therapy, but also is something that as a human being I have to do, which is connect one each other. Do I say I made a mistake or I did a mistake?
Made.
I made a mistake. Why my microphone is... This is a mistake I did right now. Jesus. Okay. Oh, so much better. Okay. So, I guess I'm gonna say sorry for that. Okay. Yours is good? Yeah, yours is good. It was mine. Okay, so we're gonna start over again. And let me just get my napkin. And now we're recording. Yeah, but that was cool. That's gonna happen. We're gonna forget that we're recording. I tell you, if that happens, that's very cool. Yeah, so welcome to my channel, In Broken English.
Thank you for having me.
Channel and podcast, so or video podcast. And what I was asking you earlier, I made the mistake, right? I made the mistake of isolating too much. And I think it's very important to have times to be alone, to be by ourselves so we can get to know ourselves.
Yes.
But at the same time, human beings, we are social and we need to connect. If we want to grow, create, and connect, we have actually to connect to achieve growing and creativity. And I think human beings, we are made to create and to grow. We are alive.
Yes.
But if we don't connect, we miss out those parts. And I think a lot of the anxiety and depression that we are facing to this day is because we lack from the opportunity, we lack the ability of connect. So I create this idea of the video podcast where I am connecting. So this is not an interview. This is a conversation.
Yeah.
And my goal is one day when I become freaking old, have the opportunity to watch and listen to each one of these conversations and say to myself, oh, I have a meaningful life because I connect with people. I think, and the way that I am, I'm a loner, and I think that I always going to have my times to disconnect and be away. But I need to be careful because I need to keep connecting with people because I need that as a human being.
Yes.
And if I want to keep creating and growing, I need to connect. So, and that's why you are in my show. So welcome. I'm very
thank
happy.
you for finally, after a year.
You see, a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. We met in a very cool place. We met actually hiking. And look where we seen each other. In nature. So nature connect us.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
I've
That's
met
so
quite a
cool.
few people hiking this year that are now friends. So I prefer that than going out the way I used to meet people. Like you were talking about the connecting part. You can go out and you can go to the bars, you can go to the nightclubs and you can hang out with people, but you're not conversating, you're not talking. And if you are, it's either talking bad about someone else that the group doesn't like, or, you know, you're people watching and you're talking about the people around you instead of enjoying the moment. You know, you spend the time not in the moment. You spend it just kind of observing, I guess is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah. I totally feel you. And the energy is different.
Yes.
You know, and then you mix that with you know, the environment is not also what you're surrounding, also is what you're consuming, what you're decompressing. I think, and you know what, like, I think it's fun to go out and have a good time, but at the same time, you know, like the energy of going out to this day is not that good.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Before you even get to the event, you're just, when this is over so I can go home and relax.
Yeah.
And I hate to say that, but that's why I stopped going out. It wasn't fun anymore. Plus everybody's, you know, on a different level than I am now. So it just makes sense for me to avoid it.
Yeah. I totally feel you. Yeah. It's, so being that said, did you see why I isolate? I had to take a time for me because anyways, I was connecting with people and I still feel isolated.
Yeah. Well, you were also, some of your back history that you told me, being a veteran and all too, you have other reasons that you need to take the time to isolate as well.
Yeah.
Which a lot of veterans don't do.
You know, now that you're saying that, that's a great call. Veterans, I think veterans, I don't even know how to say this, but definitely is how, not even, and this is something I want to say, by the way, your name, tell me your name.
Angelina.
Angelina. My name is Angel. See, Angel, Angelina, Angel. Yes. So, for the record, we gotta just.
Everyone calls me Nina, though.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's my nickname.
Nina. Oh, it took me a year to know that people call you Nina.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's
my nickname.
Nina. Since you were
Little.
Yes. Oh, that's cute.
It was because my little sister couldn't pronounce Angelina, so she just said Nina.
Oh.
So everybody, since I was a baby. And close friends call me Nina too.
So should I call you Angelina? Or
You can call me either or. Just don't call me Angela.
Nina. I like to call.
I mean, not Angela, Angie. I don't
I-
like being called Angie because that's not my name.
No, Angie.
Yeah. Or Angelique. I
Angelique.
have some coworkers who call me Angelique.
All those names sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Angelique, Angelina. Okay, I understand Angie. It's totally like a different.
There's nothing wrong with the name
No,
Angie, but it's not my name.
yeah,
My
yeah,
name isn't Angie.
It's a totally different
Yeah.
name, you know. But Nina.
Yes.
Yeah, Nina is nice. Well, I'm very happy that I'm doing this with you here, Nina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get you out for a year.
Yeah, well, okay, so okay, we
For the
got it. I
record,
just
for a
popped,
year.
you know.
He's hard to catch.
Okay, you know, okay, I had to admit something. Okay, I'm working on that. A lot of people just told me that. I have a good friend of mine, Will, like he called me. He just called me pissed off because he told me, bro, like you disappear. I send message to see you alive, like, and I had to explain him, like, bro, this is the way I am, like I'm a loner. And I don't know if I told you this, but I met you in recovery. Like I went surgery, and I was in. It's called ACU, like the unit that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I spent like 2 weeks there, and the doctors told me, dude, we don't know, so you can make it, but maybe you won't. And my family didn't need. Yeah, my family wasn't aware of that.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, oh my God, I could die. In COVID times where young men are just dying all of a sudden from heart attack, and the problem that I had was with blood clots in my lungs, in my arteries, in my stomach. I got blood clots everywhere, and they didn't know what it was. I know I took the vaccine though, and it kind of pissed me off because when we talk about this thing turning into politics, and at the end he said, I don't want to talk about politics, I want to talk about my health. So, but anyways, they never find out what it was. But as a veteran, as someone who grew up in the woodland, and I was always getting into trouble and getting caught, I never had any kind of issue. I'm very healthy.
Yeah.
So the point is, I was in the hospital about to die, and nobody was going to know. I text someone that to this day is very special to me, and she was the one who took care of me in so many aspects, and it wasn't family, it wasn't actually friends. And yeah, so my point here is, you see, I'm hard to get. Even that couldn't get me. but it wasn't healthy. I was going down to Jesus.
Is it? It kind of feels like it is.
You know, let's fix it. This is, yeah, I think so too. I have been looking to that.
It was up here, and then it is slowly dropping.
Okay, I think now we're good. Okay, this is things that happen when you are,
Outside.
doing outside, and yeah, we had to change position. Being here is lovely. And I think also that like the setup and the before talk, we having fun, but this is kind of complicated. It's the first time I'm doing it.
It's my first time being on a podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so but so good. I hope you're enjoying the experience. I'm very excited because I had this dream one time. I said, we are going to create this podcast, and my first thought was do it outside, but then I said, oh, it's too complicated.
That is a huge wasp.
Yes, you hear that? There's creatures here. Yeah. So, okay, things like that, the sound, the wind, the light. I'm being honest, it wasn't that bad.
No.
It took us, what, like an hour and 30 minutes? Well, we took a break. Checking out the
Yes.
place. This is a secret spot. We don't want to share location. This is secret, right? We don't want the
Social media blowing it up.
That's one thing. We don't want social media. Use social media. You don't want us to come here and then Let's say that. Yeah. Also, yeah, I just don't know, because now everywhere you go, hey, where's your permit? You need a permit. Hey, where is this? And I think I'm okay here. I'm not doing anything where I have to pay a permit, but
We're hidden.
is that?
We're hidden.
Yeah, but we're hidden. Yeah, but somebody's gonna say you have to pay a permit. So, nah. Yeah.
Nobody's out here today.
Find me. Find us. I'm hard to find. Right?
Exactly.
But you said something earlier important about connecting, about the going out, about and to me, to end my line. Yes, I learned that in the hard way, that isolating is very dangerous. It's like being on the water. I think every human being should be able to hold a breath, right, for a few minutes in case of an emergency, to get food or to have fun. But as human, we cannot live on the water.
No.
And I think isolation is the same freaking way. It's important to have time of solitude and be with ourselves. But if we just isolate and become loners and don't connect, we dead inside. If that happened like this, that's dangerous. So I say this because, like I said, this is what I'm doing with the podcast. This is me connecting. And I said I want to have conversations, the same conversation that we will have if we go for a coffee or we go for a hike. I want to have it here.
Yeah.
Collected, packaged in the podcast, and then remember this in 10, in 20 years. And then I said, look, if that was my life, if I spent so many hours doing this, I think it's meaningful. So what I'm doing right now is very meaningful. So it took us a year, but here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finally.
Finally. Talk to me about yourself. I was about to call you Angie.
Is that why you stopped?
Yeah. It's not Angie. It's not Gigi either.
You literally look like you were thinking, like,
yeah. Your nickname.
Nina.
Nina. Talk to me about yourself, Nina. Because at the end, we met. How we met?
Hiking.
Do you remember?
I posted a hike on the hiking group. I think it's Bay Area hikers. I posted my hike on there and opened it up for open invites for people to join. And you and a couple other people joined me, along with a few friends of mine that day.
Oh.
But yeah, you signed up for the hike that I posted. That's how we met.
I signed up for the hike.
Yes.
For you hike.
For my hike.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just realized something. I didn't know it was your hike.
Yeah. That was the hike I organized on the hiking group. And then opened it up for people to join. And you and a bunch of other people signed up to join me that day, along with a few of my friends. The two older Indian gentlemen that were carrying the packs because they were training. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how we met.
Okay. I have to say thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining. That's how
That's crazy. This is what happened. A lot of the time, these people around us doing good things that benefit us, and we don't even know who it is.
Well, life gets in the way. You have things going on.
Yeah, but I know now. That hike was very important for me.
Yeah, it was my first summit on a mountain. It was my first mountain climb, too. That was my first big hike.
And you choose Mount Diablo.
I know. Everyone told me I was nuts.
Yes, you're not. Nina.
Yeah. I wanted to do the summit. I follow an influencer online who does these incredible hikes, and he's also a mountaineer. He just got married. He's like my, not like a in-person mentor, but I look at him and another female influencer who hikes by herself. She's always in the Sierra. She's backpacking by herself. She does these amazing things alone with just her camera, and he does this thing, the same stuff too, and he always takes groups. He guides people up to summits. So he's done Shasta, he's done Whitney, he's done Kilimanjaro, he's done you name it. Like, but I started following him, and he was doing local hikes because he lives in the Sacramento area, and he kept doing these Mount Diablo, Mount St. Helena, Mount Tamalpais, and then he did the summit hike on Mount Diablo. And from the looks of his video, it looked like a beautiful, fun hike. Never done a trail on that mountain before. I'm going to go do the summit hike after 6 hikes of training. I'm like, let's just go do this. And yeah, my friend Benish said, I've done every one. This is the easiest, most direct route for us. We'll do this one, which is the one we took up to Mitchell Rock and Eagle Peak. And then, yeah, I attempted to do it 2 more times and didn't make it because my knees decided to have other plans halfway up. But yeah, I want to do it again. Something about that mountain is like, my friend Lupita the same way. Every time I see it, it's like she calls, like, come on, you want to climb me. It's a weird thing, I know. I also have another mountain on my radar that I would really, really like to climb one day. But haven't gotten there yet, so eventually, baby steps.
Those are your baby steps?
Yeah.
That's a giant baby.
Baby steps. But I do my training. Like, I make sure all my hikes are elevated. I make sure I'm in the mountain. I make sure, like, when I'm in Yosemite, I do those, Half Dome is on my list. I was going to do that this summer, but I'll be rehabilitating, so I won't be doing any climbing this year. But, yeah. Mount Shasta is the next mountain I want to... Yeah.
Okay. Let me tell you something. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about me so you put this in perspective.
Okay.
I grew up in the woods. Nobody teach me hiking. Like, we hike like we grew up hiking, but we don't call it hiking. We just go walk because we have to go to school walking.
Yeah.
And we need to go to the river maybe to find water. Like, I grew up, I say I'm a Puerto Rican, and when I try to people to say where, people ask me, where in Puerto Rico? I said, what is a hillbilly? So somewhere like that. You don't know. You won't find it. I joined in the military, and before that and after, I hike. If there's something that I had done in my life the most is walk. Mm-hmm. I actually, during COVID, I spent 44 days walking around Puerto Rico because something I had in my... There's a message that I had to promote, actually very related to self-love and mental health. And it's funny because I did that to promote or create awareness to others, but it ended up changing me. Mm-hmm. Now, I had done some crazy stuff and in hiking, from the perspective of hiking. And I had to tell you, what the fuck? You first hike Mount Diablo. That's when I met you. I remember that day. So you hardcore.
Yeah, well, it wasn't my first. It was number 6.
Okay.
But that was my first time climbing a mountain with that elevation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, in such a short amount of time.
I told you how broken I ended up after that hike.
I couldn't walk for 2 days after that hike. My knees were... My hips, my knees, everything was just like, I just wanted to lay in bed for 2 days. Every time I got up, I fell because my knees were just so swollen. Yeah. Yeah, that hike killed me too. And I lost a toenail on that hike. Yeah. I got back to the car, my pinky toe, I took my socks off and my boots, and there was no nail. That was a nice surprise. It grew back, but yeah.
Then I have a question. Why you do it? Because it sounds
fun.
Painful. So it's painful and fun.
Yeah. Well, I didn't feel the nail come off, obviously. It's from the friction and my feet sweating. They get soft, the nail beds. So when your boots are too small and your feet rub, that's where your toes get sore. That's where you get blisters. I upgraded my gear after Mount Diablo, and I don't have that problem anymore. My boots are bigger than my actual size. I asked for advice from the 2 influencers that I follow, like, hey, how can I keep my nails from rubbing and getting, falling off and sweating? And they told me, make sure you change your socks halfway through your hike, use powder, make sure your shoes are a full size bigger than what your feet really are, so your feet have room when you're going downhill. They don't hit the boot because that's what causes the friction. Just a little advice like that I took from them, but it's how I stayed sober. I started hiking. My depression got really, really bad. Like I was to the point to where I was considering that. And yeah, I always wanted to hike, so I got a pair of boots and just started hiking. And I did 6 of them and then found the influencers, and I was just like, that looks fun. I'm going to see if I can get people to go. And yeah, that was my first big hike. Made it to the top. I can say I did.
You did.
Yeah, but that's a hard hike. But yeah, I wanted to lose weight. I wanted to get fit. I want to get healthy. I don't like going to the gym. I found a better way to work out, and it was hiking. You actually get a full body workout when you hike. When you stop and think about the muscles that you're using when you're carrying a pack and your back is supporting all that weight, and you're using your core to stabilize, especially going uphill and uneven when you're not on flat, which I hate being on paved trails. I like this. This is so much easier on the hips and the joints. So yeah, I do it to stay healthy, to keep me sane, because I deal with my own little demons. So being out here is like my happy place. Being by the ocean is my happy place. So when I'm feeling upset or when my depression starts to creep back in and I can tell I'm in a funk, I need to go get some fresh air. I need a forest. That's what I call a forest bath.
Forest bath?
Yeah. There's a part on the Dipsea Trail, actually, that I hike on. Just before you get to the Matt Davies loop that you said you knew, there's a couple portions of the woods around the trail bend that go out, and you have these trees that look like they have these naturally made beds for you to just climb up and lay on. I usually climb up on one of them and read a book while I'm in there, and I won't see anybody for like an hour sometimes. So it's awesome.
You're saying all these things. I ask you why you doing it. You said because it's fun. And then you just tell me a bunch of things.
Yeah, I do it for fun. I do it for my health.
This is saving your life.
Yeah.
And this is actually bringing enjoyment.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm listening to you, and I want to, you saw my face. Like, I'm listening to you because, okay, like I said, I speak in broken English, and I have a lot of broken or inbroken thoughts. Articulate for me is difficult, and listening to you, I relate so much. And I'm glad that we're having this conversation, because right now in such difficult times where people are like, mental health is a issue right now. There's a lot of health problems going around.
Yep.
But mental health and lack of purpose, I think sometimes there's so many reasons that but I can say that one of the reasons sometimes we have so many our brain is unhealthy is because the way of life that we're having, and we are disconnected from nature, and we are part of nature.
Yes.
And I think that, and this I identify, this is something about myself that I learned about my depressions, about my anxiety. Every time I feel anxious or depressed, there is always the possibility or the probability that is my brain telling me, hey, you are not where you belong to.
Mm-hmm.
My spirit is not where I belong to. So it's a warning on my brain saying, hey, give me what I need. Go and do what you built for. Go to nature. Go through tiredness. Get tired. Get blistered. Get your knees swollen. Go through sacrifice and deal with healthy sacrifice or healthy suffering, right? I think it's much better to come to the woods and get blistered, get swollen knee, get fatigue. That's a much healthier and meaningful suffering that just being depressed in the freaking bar or spending our energy in stuff that are not meaningful to us.
I call it being in a box. Human beings are not meant to be in four walls and a room. We're not meant to be enclosed like that. We're meant to be out here.
That's so true.
We spend too much time in a box with this in front of our face and not connecting with the physical person in front of us. Even in relationships, that's a problem too. You're both laying in bed and you're not talking. You're both on your phone. Like there's an issue there. If that's what you're doing at night instead of playing with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or being engaged in one another, or watching a movie, like spending time with one another, connecting. You're disconnecting because she's over here doing this, and you could be over here doing God knows what. We keep everybody keeps the options open. It's like when you start dating someone, their social media, the talking to girls online, that all leads to stuff. So.
Yes.
When you're at home with your significant other, put your phone away. Like, you don't need it anymore. Unless an emergency happens, then fine. But you don't need to be on it 10, 15.
Yes. And that brings me to my point earlier, connecting.
Yeah.
This cell phone and social media thing, which I love it, I'm not saying it's bad because, look, there's a video podcast and we're connecting.
Yeah, we love it, but you hate it at the same time because it does so much good, but there's so much bad that comes with it too.
Do you know how I see social media? Because I'm a social media recoverer. Like, I was full addict, And I'm saying this laughing, but it's not fun. It's an addiction. An addiction kills you. Mm-hmm. Addictions kill you. When somebody is social media addicted, it's a way to say, hey, you don't quit that stuff. You will die because of that somehow, directly or indirectly. Directly because there's people who just die by texting or watching videos while driving or cause accidents, or indirectly because depression, anxiety just start happening because, like you said, those we stay inside the box, and we're not built for that. So you're just saying so many things that are like triggering me. I'm so happy that you're saying this. But this is the point. I see cell phone technology, social media, like another drug.
Yeah.
That we society consume. For example, alcohol, cocaine. I don't want to say weed because that's different.
Yes, weed is different.
Yes, so you people who got a misperception about weed, that's different. Do your research. But anyways, even weed, if we don't know how to use those stimulants,
yes,
we get in trouble. And at least I grew up with somebody told me, Angel, if you get alcohol and you get addicted to alcohol, it's going to be a problem. I grew up, like, I got talks, I went to school and there was policemen who went there to tell me, use drugs, this is what are going to happen to you. If you drink alcohol, this is what are going to happen to you. If you consume too much porn, this is what will happen to you. If you consume too much food, this is what are going to happen to you. But nobody told me, you consume so much social media, this is what is happening to you. And to this day, we're not doing that. We're not saying to people, hey, if you consume social media, it's going to do bad for you. We're gossiping about this, but even the agencies and the companies who creating social media, they're not actually putting the effort to say, hey, this is a digital drug for the brain, create overstimulation, but they're making money.
That's what matters to them the most.
Exactly. So here we are consuming this drug and we're communicating through this digital culture. But I don't think this is going to change. This is going to continue. I actually have a lot of friends who work at tech. I mean, we are in Silicon Valley, here, California. So the expansion is it's not the expansion of tech is gonna keep going.
Oh, yeah.
So at the end, I believe there's no savior. There's nobody to tell you to stop. And I think we need to start being aware and connect to ourselves and think, hey, if I don't change these behaviors, if I don't quit these addictions, my life is gone.
It'll take over.
Yes, we're gonna become slave of that matrix or that system or that digital drug. So a good way to connect to ourselves and to detox ourselves from that social media thing or that drug is being in nature. And like you said earlier, talking to people, connect, like truly connect.
Yeah.
That's if we just do that, that is basics. That's not like, I'm not saying anything complicated. I'm saying connect with people, talk to people, go outside. That's what we're saying. If we do those things, anxiety, away. Depression, away. Oh, and if we get anxiety or depressed, because we still can get it, we know how to deal because we start developing tools.
Yeah.
And also, we know now how to connect with friends and say, look, I feel like shit today. Look, I feel sad, rather than pick up a freaking phone and just going through that depression by looking to a phone. I'm saying this because that's what happened to me too. Maybe another reason why I isolate. When you say you're hard to get, but I guarantee you that a lot of my time that I have been wasting in my life, I have been in freaking social media. And that's a shame. But I think I'm saying this, I'm being vulnerable because you have been vulnerable right now and telling me those things. And people need to hear this. Like, we need to be able to speak this out because a lot of the time we think this only me, this is happening only to me or only to ourselves. No, look, like mental health is the most.
It's an issue. It's a big issue.
It's the biggest issue, you know, and yeah.
People in their 20s are suffering from it too. It's not just us in 30s and our 40s or older. It's everyone from kids to
even kids, right?
Yeah.
So here we go. I think, look, there's one thing in common because we are hybrid. We grew up in a generation. We saw technology booming. We saw it. Back in the days, that was issues. I think every time in history, there's issues and there's bad stuff happening. I don't think this is like the end of the world. I mean, like, there's bad things happening in every aspect of history.
Yeah.
But look, right now we have a very particular issue. Mental health and people who are developing in a very weak manner, you know, and there is something that in common, like everybody have, you know, the cell phones in their pocket and these apps and it's shaping even the way that they behave. Actually, talking about this in broken English, when I have an experience, I met someone. I went to this group. It's kind of like a meetup to exchange language. So I speak my inbroken English, and people try to speak their inbroken Spanish, and we have a good time. And I have an issue with this person that start talking to me, but then grabbing the phone. Then he want me to show me the whole Instagram. I had to tell him, bro, I need to. We can talk, but. Can you believe that he couldn't put his cell phone away and keep talking to me? That he create conversations or situations that require pull out the phone to start looking at stuff.
Yeah.
I got it. Give me your number. I give you your number. Here's my Instagram. You know, like, let's exchange. Let's put the pocket away. Let's take a photo. Yeah, we smile, a photo, 5-10 minutes video. Let's put this thing away. That's different. But there's people who are like, who, in order to be themselves, they need to have the cell phone on their freaking hand and looking at the screen. And I'm very happy because I set up a boundary. I said, look, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. I just move. So I look awkward. I look like, oh my God, look at that man. But I didn't waste my night pretending that I was having a good time, which I'm not. So, so... thank you for You see, this is why I need to connect to people, because you are letting me vent out.
Yeah, good. Vent away.
Wow. So, and the other thing, now, what, the part of suffering, like we hike, and then you said you knee swollen, your toes blows away. I have my bad stuff. I have scar. I got surgeries and everything. And I know what is pain. Oh, being cold in the rain, like hungry and walking. Why we do it? Or why you do it still? I mean, I guess you told me a lot of stuff, but I mean, yes, I think you answered me very well why you're doing it. But I think where I'm coming from is we need to change our perspective and our relationship with suffering.
I look at it this way. You have to be able to, it took me a while to realize that too, but if you don't step outside of your comfort zone, you're never going to grow as a person. It's kind of like in life, you get stuck in this certain type of bubble, this certain type of lifestyle. Society says you have to do X, Y, and Z by this age, and by this age, you should have this, and that. And you get stuck in that bubble, You don't ever go outside. You don't ever travel. You don't ever go beyond a certain point outside. Like, say, a lot of people from the Bay Area don't like leaving the Bay Area because they think it's scary outside the Bay Area, or there's, I don't know what they're thinking. Maybe they're thinking that we got giants and ogres roaming around over the mountains, but they leave the Bay Area and they flip out. I'm lost. I don't know where I'm going. Like, you have a smartphone, put the GPS on. I don't know how to, well, if you don't know how to use your smartphone, I'm sorry, but I mean, it's 2024. You know what I mean? Like, it's really hard to get lost in California when you're on a road. They all connect at some point to major highways. And if you know north, south, east, and west.
And hiking.
Yeah.
Because.
And hiking. Like, if you don't have any ounce of geographical perception, or you don't, aren't good with a map, and you're not good with, coordinates or, landmarks, or finding your way on a trail, then you probably shouldn't be outside. I get grown adults joining my hikes all the time who argue with me that I'm going the wrong way when I'm looking at a map telling me, no, this is the trail. Well, no, it goes this way, because they're looking at a plaque that says a trail name on it. Like, that doesn't mean you go that way. It's just telling you we're on, or they show up without food on a 9-mile hike, or they show up without drinks or water, or I'm baffled. I'm like,
like, what the F? I have a lot of those stories. I when I was in my 20s, by the way, one of the most at this time, extreme hikes that I had done in my life, and I did it for years. I learned how to climb, hike, and survive. Mm-hmm. It was in Puerto Rico, in the very, I don't want to say the name, but it's a very meaningful place to me. And I found a gig. Okay. They're part of the show.
Yeah.
So I found, by bringing tourists, they pay me, and I took them there. Mm-hmm. And then I saw all those kind of stuff, like people with no food, but they have makeup, towels, but no food, or a little bit of water, or
the wrong shoes.
And and I had to deal with all this stuff, but I also learned how to teach, and I think that's what is. I think at some point that's kind of fun too, because people then go through the experience, and I think it's. Like, it is funny if this podcast happened in a party or something. I don't get distracted But here with nature, and I think it's happening to you. I'm talking to you, and then you.
I always get distracted with nature. Yeah.
Yes, and it's such a good distraction, And then, yeah, and then you know what is so nice that I'm having my trip, and you're just letting me go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what this is for, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and then I'm talking to you, and I'm seeing you also like you trip and you exploring everything, and I enjoy like seeing you having that moment, right? That's such a beautiful thing. Even in silence, we are connecting, and nature plays such a big game. This wouldn't happen if we just met at a nightclub, like we were mentioning earlier, or you were saying, like, look, I just went to this place, and once again, it's not that it's bad. I think it's good, but there's things that doesn't happen everywhere, and connection, in the same way that connection doesn't happen in social media all the time. Sometimes going to a bar or going to those parties, connection doesn't happen either.
Yeah.
And sometimes we just need to be more natural to connect in a more natural way. That makes sense.
Well, you're yourself.
And yeah, right on. What we got here? That's a motorcycle.
Like I'm in my hiking gear. I didn't get dolled up or
How's that?
I didn't get all dolled up and fancy,
Yeah.
I knew we were coming out here, so I'm.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, like talking about beauty, like if someone show up in makeup in the woods, I don't think that's nothing sexy about that. Yeah, so same here, and this is me. This is how I dress. Like I have more hiking clothes than going out clothes.
Mm-hmm. I do too.
Yeah, and another day I went out to the city. Friday night, somebody invited me to a party, and I said, I just go, I have fun in the party, or I just take time taking a shower. I mean, I took a shower, but just kind of like dress.
Yeah.
I said, no, I just going hiking. So I went like I was going hiking to this party, and people don't care, Yeah, people see it and they ask you, which actually is a great way to promote it, because a lot of the times, because the way I dress or the way I look, people are curious and ask me, and I just go hiking. And it's a great way also to get to know people. Like you said, you build community.
I've met a lot of people hiking.
Different age, different backgrounds.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've made a few friends. That was the other reason why I started hiking too, was to make friends that had something in common. Because all of my friends before I got sober, the only thing we had in common when I looked back at it as a sober person was that it was the partying. It was the always going out. It was the, couldn't go and do anything that wasn't revolved around alcohol.
Yeah.
Or that scene. And it was just like, it wasn't me,
Yeah.
Like I said, something happened when I decided to give up all that stuff. And now I would rather do this on my free days, which is what I do. It's like my new addiction. I got rid of all the other stuff I was addicted to and traded it for this. And pot.
And pot. Yeah, pot is good. Pot is good. That's a great topic.
Yeah,
actually.
I take a break every now and then like I'm supposed to, but yeah.
Like we said earlier, it's like we can do so many things in this life if we just know how to do it in moderation.
Yeah.
As soon as things become an addiction, it's not good, Like sugar, for example, is another addiction. There's even hanging out, I don't know if this is gonna sound right, but even like, how we call it, codependency. When we fall blind in love with someone and you go codependency, I mean, it's like, that's like you too much into that person that is not even healthy. It's too much.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to balance out. And a good way, and this is what I keep hiking every week, and I go here and I meditate, and this is part of my way of life. A good way this is a reset.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of nature. Hey, there's something in your brain, you got a trouble, like you got anxiety, go to the woods, learn, connect with yourself, and you're gonna find it's like a reset. It's like a reboot.
Yes.
You just reboot.
You feel better.
Reboot. And then the system start going on. Okay, let me see what's going on. What was happening? Oh, yes, I got this. Oh, shoot. I forgot that 20 years ago, when I was a kid, this happened to me. And I found that I'm still mad.
Yeah.
Oh, it happened. Oh, wow, how it happened in nature. Didn't have to drink a pill, stuff like that. It just happened while I was reconnecting. How fucking beautiful. And it doesn't sound complicated. I think it just, we need to create the opportunity and have a conversation with ourselves and once again, like dealing with being uncomfortable. Like we were saying earlier, like, oh yeah, it's suffering, but sometimes a lot of the suffering is going to be that you don't bring you proper shoes, or you didn't bring food, and a lot of and actually, at some point it's funny. It could be also dangerous, right? But it's just like going out. Hey, it's fun, but it could be dangerous. People get robbed, people get murdered, there's car accident, and people still going out. So in nature, there's other risk, but if you learn how to
You learn your limits.
the limit and how to as risk assessment.
Yeah.
Hey, you learn. And these people also that is going to if you don't know how to hike, just find a group.
Well, a lot of people don't realize that there's different levels of
Difficulties. And,
difficulties, and there's different types of hiking. Like you have people who are walkers who prefer the paved paths, in a park that's well maintained and marked that tells them go this way, go that way. You're never going to get lost because you've got that hard pavement telling you you're on the right. But they're not hiking, they're walking. Like there's a difference.
Yeah.
If you talk to someone who hikes and climbs at the same time, they don't consider themselves hikers. They call themselves, I'm a climber. Like I like to climb, you climb rocks, you scale flat sides of the mountain, you hook into the marble and you scale up the wall. Those are different. That's a different breed of hiker.
Rock climber.
You're a rock climber. You're a climber. You're not a hiker. You're a climber. You're both, like mountaineering is what they call it.
Yes. Well,
there's different tiers.
there's different
Walking and then hiking and then mountaineering is where you do all of it. Like,
I'm a rock climber.
Yeah.
So, or I should say, well, I'm sad and happy to say it. Because I'm not a climber anymore. And the reason I'm not a rock climber anymore, because I'm not climbing.
Yeah.
I am what I do, not what I say. Important, something I learned about life.
Yeah.
If I want to say that I'm healthy, I need to behave healthy. If I want to say that I'm smart, I need to do smart things. If I say I'm a hiker, I have to hike. If I say I'm a lover, I have to love. If I say I'm a rock climber, I have to rock climb. Now, the good thing is, and the sun is hitting me, I think,
Oh, no.
No, but it's okay. It's a fix. It's an easy fix, I just do this. Hopefully I don't fall. Yep. Okay. Things that happen in the outdoors. And then I turn my mic. And voila. Oh, my God. It's just a beautiful thing. So, adjust. You need to. Oh, and you actually had this beautiful glow. It looks very look at yourself. It looks beautiful, it looks I actually enjoy that for a second. Look, it looks artistic. It looks so good that I don't know if we should move it or keep it. Why are you telling me?
You could just keep it.
Oh, I love it. Let's keep it. You see, yeah. That's actually how. Do you see how it looks?
Yeah,
I hope it looks like it looks beautiful image. Look, you're a rainbow. That's so beautiful. The energy of the colors. Love it. So when the sun was hitting me, I was shining like a star.
Ah.
But now I'm not. And now I am. I'm not. So anyways, I miss what the good thing. This is a good thing. Actually, this is kind of like a miracle. I'm saying something very important to me, and then this about the rainbow happened. In the same way that you basically said, hiking saves your life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, rock climbing saved my life. And I'm listening to everything that you're saying, and you talking to me right now. This is freaking crazy. You mentioned earlier that we spend too much time. Oh, why we don't do things that we love? And you said, look, we have been rushed out. By this age, you need to have that, but you need to have this status, you need to do this. And then we just keep in the hustle. And then even doesn't matter how much we grow, we feel behind because we're still not there. There's always like a next level. Another reason why I was isolating. Not all the reasons are good, and I have been working so much in my life, dealing, and I have been achieving a lot, but I always feel that I'm not there. And you know what I did? I stopped doing what I used to love to do.
Yeah.
Connecting right now, having fun and having conversations. And you know what? Rock climbing. And I want to climb. So
You should start climbing again.
yes.
Go to the Pinnacles in Hollister.
Okay, look, I'm not as crazy as you that you're gonna start climbing with you Mount Diablo the crazy hike. Which, by the way, the Pinnacles sound like I want to actually.
You don't even have
you.
to climb. You could just go hike. I'm going there in a couple weeks, actually. Next week I might
really?
be going if the weather is nice.
Well, I think you invite me hiking, then I hike. So that we can connect about that. I'm interested.
Yeah.
But what I want to say is that the reason I'm losing weight and I'm training and I'm kind of like finding ways to make a living on the things that I love, like disconnecting. That's one of the reasons I create this Broken English podcast. It's like, let me find ways to make a living of my passions.
Yeah.
And I think right now, what we're doing right now, I'm enjoying so much this. And I know that if I keep going, then talking about technology, something good about technology, is creating new ideas to generate income, and then spend time climbing.
Yeah.
So
spend time doing the things you like.
Right now, I'm training. I'm doing exercises. I was telling you earlier that I'm in deficit of calories. I already lose 35 pounds. I had to drop another 25 more. I'm becoming stronger. But once again, it takes sacrifice. It takes not going like my friends. I'm being social right now a lot, and I'm going out. On Fridays I go out, and I have fun, and I go party. But then my when it's like at 10, I just call it out, or 11, and they said, "Why do you always live in the best moment?" And they tease me. They call me that I'm boring. You okay, boring guy? Like, just go away.
Oh yeah, I'm called. Everyone calls me old lady because I'm in by 8 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock. I'm like yawning and ready. My body is ready for bed because I'm up before the sun every day. So.
And look what's happened. This is for me. This is how that affect me, and it's beautiful. It's in a good way. What I'm feeling is that I'm still going out and connecting with beautiful people and having fun, but I'm not becoming addicted to the idea.
Yeah, you don't have to stay out till midnight.
And then I go bed. I have my solitude time. I be by myself. I meditate. I write. I don't spend time on the phone. All those messages or numbers of new people that I met. I have a time during the week for that to say, hey, I met you before. I don't go to post photos or stuff like that. I just take my time. I'm being like grateful for the people that I met. Like, I remember this joke. Oh, I met this person. Oh, I ate this. Oh, I taste that. Oh, I experienced this. I saw this. So being grateful by being by myself, and then I pass out. I pass the fuck out. I'm tired.
Yeah.
And now my body have a time to create energy.
You're allowing your body and your brain to rest.
Yes, to rest. And then I have positive thoughts. I meditate a lot. Like I have to do my meditation is my medication.
Yeah.
If I don't
whatever
meditate,
works for you,
exactly.
As long as it's healthy.
Yes. So I have to meditate 3 times a day. So that's my promise of life. I have to meditate 3 times a day because that's my forever meditation. And And the next day, look, look, I don't see it, but I hear
Yeah,
it.
you can hear it.
Having fun in their
yeah.
motorcycle. This is a beautiful route for motorcycles. Look. This connect to that beach that I don't want to tell you the name down there. So those bicycles go all that downhill and end up in the ocean.
Yeah.
You know,
I see them coming down the.
Yeah, so it's a beautiful trip to drive out.
Yeah, there's a really good place that makes really good organic ice cream. It's a vanilla soft serve where they dip it in chocolate. Yeah, Strauss Creamery.
Strauss Creamery?
They have a ice cream. They sell their ice cream there at the little cafe. I always get one after the hike.
So you
I end my hike. I come out here, do 9 miles, and it ends with ice cream and some fish tacos and French fries.
So you recommend it?
Yes, the restaurant next to it too makes really good fish tacos.
What's the name again?
I don't remember. It's the restaurant next to the bakery by the beach. You have the little snack cafe where
what's
they
the
sell
name of the ice cream? The creamery?
Strauss.
Strauss. So that area there's good food and good ice cream.
Yes, good ice cream.
Okay.
That's my favorite thing to get when I'm out here for some reason is that dang ice cream cone. I don't know why it melts super quick, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not overly sweet. It's
Okay.
very light. It's very fluffy. Like it's not. You know, you don't get a headache from it. You don't feel sick after you eat
You
it.
sold me that. Oh, I go.
Yeah.
You know, there is something I had to tell you.
What?
Me? Ice cream
Oh, that's your.
and chocolate.
Oh.
You give me that? It's like a drug.
Nice.
And that have been one of my biggest addiction in life.
Ice cream and chocolate.
Sugar.
Sugar.
Shit. So if I want to go back to rock climbing, I gotta pay the price. And
You'll burn it off.
No, but but once again, what is my nutrients? What is the protein that I need to build a muscle?
Well, you still need to eat all that, but having one ice cream once in a while won't hurt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So going back to the point, we can do everything
In moderation.
in moderation. Now, when we do too much of everything, we need to stop for a while.
Mm-hmm.
That's a reset. So if we spend too much time in social media, we need to do a reset.
Yeah,
That's why
take a
I don't
break.
have my Facebook. I delete it. That's why it's hard to find too.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, people don't find me. Like I don't check message.
I noticed you disappeared off Facebook, but you
yeah.
kept your Instagram.
Yes, but then.
But
I
you
don't
don't.
post.
You're not on it a lot.
No, I'm not. And I have Facebook addiction, Instagram addiction. I have a lot of social media features addiction. I never got addicted to porn. I got addicted to social media like Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram. I can handle YouTube actually. But I know some people have problem with also those platforms. These people who get addicted to emails, I didn't know that. I checking emails. All this technological, it's a digital drug. So they doing great.
That's why when I get home, when I'm at work, I don't keep my phone on me. I keep it in my
Yeah.
locker. Everybody gets mad at me sometimes because I don't check my messages until I'm on my break. But I'm a pastry chef. I'm a baker. I can't have my phone on me while I'm working. You know, so and I'm at work. I'm not there to be on my phone anyways. I'm there to do my job. I'm getting paid to work and do this, not be on my phone and texting the whole time. So I have that mentality where if it's important, you can call me and leave me a message. You know, you can send me a text message or an email and I'll get back to you when I can. And that's just how it is. When I get home, my phone, I will get on it and play a game that I'm always on there playing a game. I've been playing the game for years. It's a little farming game. Yeah.
Which is funny. You're using technology and having fun with it.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
you got
I
it.
eventually put it down because I have a house to run. I have chores to do. I have dinner to make, like errands to go and do when I get home from work. You know, my day starts at 4:00 in the morning. So yeah, I'm in bed early. So I don't spend too much. Usually my phone is in my room on my bed. That's why sometimes when people call me, like, I just called you, you didn't answer. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm cooking dinner. I don't have my phone on me. My phone's in my bedroom.
Yeah.
When
and
I
that's
go to
okay.
bed, I set the alarm, and instead of keeping it by my pillow, I'll put it on the floor like, and push it away from me so that when my alarm goes off in the morning, I have to physically get up and go turn it off, and I'm up.
Wait.
My body.
2 things I want to tell you about that.
What?
Well, first of all, let's talk about the ice cream. We gotta check the ice cream.
Okay.
So we will.
Back to ice cream.
So, like one ice cream, like once in a while, and then, but that's the thing. You're gonna get ice cream. You need to get good ice cream. So go to a place that is good ice cream.
Like
so
a place that sells Strauss.
South Strauss. Okay,
Yeah.
South Strauss, you got good ice cream. Okay, so we have to check it out. So the other thing, it is true. These people who sleep with the cell phone under the pillow.
The cell phone batteries radiate radiation. They omit radiation, and people don't realize the amount of radiation the cell phones leak. So if you're constantly, men, keep your phone in your pocket.
And
it's
then
not healthy for
the little soldiers, for the little
Exactly.
army, it's gonna become
It's-
from an army, it's gonna become just a
females
gang.
who keep their phone in the back pocket. Like, we have ovaries, we have kidneys. The amount
That's
of
true.
radiation that leaks out. I mean, you can look the studies up online, and
There it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's been scientifically proven that you shouldn't keep your cell phone in your hand constantly, because your hands have all these pores and all of these nerve endings and everything on it that seeps into. That's why you don't go and stick your hands in chemicals, and you don't.
Yeah, that's so, and
I don't. Yeah, if you have,
do
if you have a
what this
problem with
teaching
broken
me?
sleep,
This is what, yeah.
and
Yeah,
you're constantly tossing and turning, you're constantly waking up, you're either eating too much sugar before you go to bed,
Yeah.
and you wake up with a headache.
Yeah.
You wake up feeling starving, and it's because your body spent all night burning the calories that all that sugar and processed chemical from the sugar, your body didn't actually sleep. So that's why you spent the night tossing and turning. If you ate something that your body doesn't like if you eat chili beans an hour before you go to sleep, you're going to get indigestion, you're not going to sleep, you're probably going to have the runs in the morning or in the middle of the night, and it's your body physically telling you, I don't like what you just put in me, stop doing that.
Right.
They say 2 hours before bed, stop eating, don't have any more sugar, if you're going to eat something and you have a craving for sugar, grab grapes, the red grapes, or grab an apple, or grab a banana. For men, it's really healthy to have a banana or an apple every day before bedtime. It's good for lots of things.
You're on point.
Yeah, but if you're not sleeping at night and you're doing all the things right with your diet, and the cell phone is under your pillow, it's the cell phone. Get rid of it.
So true.
Yeah.
Like right to everything. Adding to your idea, and this is a belief and a habit that I have, and this is kind of like one of my rule of life. I don't think about, my day doesn't start when I wake up. My day never. Like, I changed that. I said, my day doesn't start when I wake up. My day starts when I go to bed. Like, talking again about reset. Going to sleep is a reset. It's another opportunity that you have a chance to
I enjoy
wake
going
up.
to bed. I look forward to going to bed.
Yes. And you know what it actually means? It means, like, when you're going to sleep, look how beautiful life it is. How beautiful is God it is. You're going to bed. You're going to pass out. It's you unconscious. Mm-hmm. So you just dead. Like nothing happened. And if you give to yourself a good quality of that, then another day is going to happen.
I try to get at least 6 to 7 hours of sleep every night.
Yes. And then you have another opportunity to have a good life. Mm-hmm. I'm saying all this because we're talking about all these important things that a lot of people actually want to do it. Because that's the other thing. There's people who want to quit sugar. There's people who really want to have a good sleep. There's people who want to quit social media addiction. There's people who want to go hiking. We have been saying that there's people who want to overcome the depression, anxiety. There's people who want to feel that they want to wake up and live life.
But a lot of people want a quick fix.
Well,
overnight. They don't want to do the hard work to get there.
Yes, that's the thing. And we're going to the point of we gotta accept sacrifice and suffering as a way to prove that we love ourselves and we believe in ourselves. Now, to me, a good reset for that is to start for learn how to sleep. I teach meditation
Yeah.
in Spanish.
I keep
And-
telling you, do one in English.
Oh my God.
just
So,
one in English. Your
it
English is
just-
not bad.
Thank you for saying that.
You
I
have an
think
accent. It doesn't mean.
I
I mean,
and I love it. It's so
yeah,
cool,
I love
right?
your accent too. But your English is really good.
Thank you. That's a beauty of calling broken English. Because my language, because talking, I want to say about that, but and thank you for what you're saying. Oh my God, thank you so much. I learned English actually with a lot of sacrifice, a lot of insecurities, a lot of judgment, a lot of a stereotype.
Yes.
I learned English in a fucking nasty word. And I was such a good kid, but being good was not good enough. I have to, in my case, man up, right? And accept that I have to do hardcore decisions that are going to be uncomfortable, right? And even though I have this situation in life, or my dad did this, or my mom did this, or life did this to me, or I went through this, and now because of this, I'm like this and that, like that. Look, I have to say, look, I need to stop being the victim, right? And I think, yes, I was a victim. I mean, when bad things happen to us,
Yeah.
we are victim. Okay, but at some point we need to rescue ourselves and say, I'm a victim, I need now to be responsible and assume responsibility. I think you can tell me so much about this because you started with alcohol, right? Like, assume responsibility and go through a process of discomfort and suffering
Before you get better.
before you get better, and do something good for yourself.
That's the problem a lot of people I find run into, that I learned going through the recovery program, is that a lot of people want to be healthy and they want to do all these things. But again, like I was saying, they don't want to put in the effort to do it, because the part when you start talking about you're going to be uncomfortable for a little bit, you're going to go through a period where you're going to be in pain a lot, you're going to be sick, your body's going to detox, getting rid of all that poison after all those years of poisoning it continuously. Like, your body and your mind, everything's going to go through a detox period. And when you accept and become okay with being not okay for a little bit, but at the end of it you're going to be better, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It makes it easier. It doesn't make it better. There's no easy way to go through it. It's just, yeah, like you said, you just have to suck it up and you have to do it. Like, you either want to get healthy and you want to get better, or you don't. It's not going to just happen for you. Those people who just want to sit back and want something to fall in their lap. They want the answer to land right here, the answer to all their problems. Oh, a quick fix. Lose weight overnight, take this pill. You don't have to exercise. You don't have to do this. It's like, you have to get mobile. You have to move. You have to get active.
Yeah.
You can't.
We need to be human.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be sitting in this position for hours and hours and hours on end doing this in an office. Like, you're supposed to be using your body. We're supposed to be working. That's what we were designed to do, not just designed to be a couch potato.
Yeah, say it again, a couch potato.
A couch potato.
Una
Even though potatoes are good.
plasta, una pedazo de mierda. Yeah, that's true. And I want to add to this, if somebody's going through this, because I know there's an audience who's going to listen to this, like, take this as something good. I think we actually talking about this because we have been going through this.
I just talk from my own, my own experience.
Myself. But I think there's a lot of people, I dare to say that people who have been achieving and connecting and growing and being successful, like, they have their own experience of that, of say, look, I need to work hard on something, and I need to start working on myself, and I start loving myself, and going through discipline, and being uncomfortable, and suffering and sacrifice, and forgive myself, and not being perfect. It's okay not being perfect. It's so okay.
Nobody's
not being
perfect.
Nobody's perfect. That's the thing about this in broken English thing. Actually, I call it like this because I realize I know I have no doubt that I can communicate. One thing is just talk. Talk.
Yeah.
One thing is just talk or communication. And I know how to communicate and connect. But something that was holding me, it was I gotta be perfect. And my English is not perfect.
Yeah, you don't have to be perfect.
I don't have to be perfect. So what about if I just embrace the weird? I learned that from a very good professor. I wish I don't
Embrace the
remember
weird.
you.
I love that.
I love him. Actually, it was a professor. I don't know. Look, I don't remember your name. Give me a break. But I always remember you. It's more important. He taught me this idea of embrace the weird. He was teaching us how to be good at writing and in camera, and said, look, you gotta be confident and embrace the weird. Just be you.
Be yourself.
And be yourself. And when I said the weird, I said, well, a lot of the time being weird, we take that as a weakness. And I said, well, you know what is weird? My English. That's it. That's my weird thing. But because that was my insecurity, what about if I embrace the weird? And then I said, I speak in broken English. Look, I'm having a podcast.
But you're able to communicate. So
yes. And that's a beautiful
Yeah.
thing. So you don't have to be fucking perfect.
No, you don't have to be perfect.
So, and I just so in love of that because now my life is so much easier. And then I have energy to be focused in my discipline, in my work on myself, in achieving my goals. But because I'm imperfect. And in broken English, it's a lot about that imperfection. So it's embracing the weird. I should have an episode of embracing the weird. And I don't know who you are. I don't know your name, but I will find you. And I will bring you to my podcast. Yeah. So, oh my God, we have been saying so much. For how long we have been talking? We have been talking for 1 hour, 27. Wow, this is
2:11. Cool. Yeah.
Wow. I'm enjoying this. Are you?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
I have an idea.
What?
I don't know if this is a good idea.
Well, now you have to say it out loud.
Yeah, I know. I'll say it. Okay. I'm thinking. Wow. Well, I still want to say some things. I want to say thank you. This is, I'll tell you a secret. I am not perfect.
Yeah.
That's not the secret. But I do believe in perfection. I believe perfection really exists and is beautiful. And humans, you and I, have the ability to do perfect things. It happened. There is things that I wouldn't change. This thing that I feel, that was a moment of perception and on my own term of perception. I feel, and look, universe is perfect. To me, the masterpiece of how the universe is created, there's no imperfection on that. I believe this energy of life that people call God, I call it energy of life, is perfection. And we're part of that human, we are part of that cosmos. We are humans who are part of nature of that universe. So
the indigenous people understood that. That's why they lived the way they did.
Okay, so great. So
you live with the earth, not on it, not in it. You live with it. You learn to, it's even written in the Bible. God gave us herbs to heal our body. He gave us fruit to nourish, you know what I mean? But we don't use it. We use man-made pills. They create weed killer and tell you to kill all your dandelions and all these things that they call quote unquote weeds. And then if you actually do the research on them, all these weeds that we're killing have medicinal purposes, like dandelion.
Holy shit.
Dandelions are edible. Yeah, dandelions are edible. They're an edible flower.
They're used for
kidneys. They're used for headaches. They're used for if, yeah, you know, a whole lot of things, you making dandelion tea, dandelion tinctures, rosemary, herbs, you know, wild berries, bark, you know, pine needles you can turn into tea. Pine cones are used for fuel for burning fires. You know, there's all kinds of things that the earth provides, but we don't use it. We instead turn around and tell everybody, dig all this up and throw it away and kill it and grow what we're giving you.
You know, that brings me to another point. This is very important, you saying this. Something that nature help us, because we were talking about, you know, nature help us to be aware.
Yeah.
And a lot of the things that are happening to this day that people blame the government. I'm a believer that, you know, well, yes, there's fucked up government.
You should be.
There is some fucked up government that I'm gonna laugh about.
You've got first-hand experience with that.
This is a joke right now. I don't want to go politics, but
Yeah,
like,
no.
it's a fucking comedy right now.
You can tell me the joke after we're off camera.
No. And I don't want to go there because I have other stuff that I want to say, but it's a comedy that is happening right now in the world and in politics. But to me, a lot of the issues that we're facing as society is not the government, is that people, us, me and you, are unaware. Mm-hmm. And nature helps us to be aware. If people wake up and become aware, all those stupidity in government and politics and a system, a sustainable system, had to reset. Have to restructure. I like the way to reset, because I do believe in a lot. I believe that there is a system that work out. You just went off.
Yeah. I was like,
this is like the show is over.
the show's over.
This is so much, but I'm gonna tell you the idea. You know, I have an idea.
We could do a to be continued.
Yeah, but let's use this camera here, because the idea that I have actually. Come here. I have the okay, so actually we can use, you know what I should say? Well, this camera was good, so you're the one who need to come here.
Well,
But just come here, the chair. Just bring the chair. Because I'm about to just come here, bring the chair and sit down here. We share the mic. All right, this is so fun. Talking about, you know, we see when we know perfect is so much fun. So, okay, so we sharing this mic. So,
Okay.
Oh, let me just change the camera so people see it. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. So now we see each other. So, okay, so what I was saying is, look, you look so taller.
I can do that
So
now.
that's so good. So what I was saying is that I think definitely we need to continue with this, and I want to say thank you, and I tell you all the stuff. I think the conversation is gonna continue, but the idea that I have. Let's go to the idea.
Okay.
You mentioned ice cream. So, do you think it's a good idea to go for ice cream?
Well, it's never not a good idea to go get ice cream. It's always a good idea.
That's so true. You're so
Yeah.
just full of wisdom. Okay. So let's go and get some ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that the ice cream man?
No.
Okay.
Those are just other people.
You hear the woodpecker?
He's up there.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, let's get ice cream.
I'm always down for ice cream, especially Strauss.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye. Till next time.
Bye. Bye. Oh yeah.